What is going on, guys? I'm the White Guy, and today, as you can tell by the title of the video, we're going to be talking about MXGP 3. First thing we're going to look at really quick, though, is this nice little trailer with all these flashy jump cuts. Oh, cut here, cut there, flashing cameras, another cut, ooh, another cut, ooh, another cut. Oh, hey, they're jumping, and all this other stuff that kind of, like, doesn't really do a great job showing gameplay, but is more of real life, fast cuts, high saturation, you know, that type of deal to get people all hyped up about the game. And then, yeah, we're going to go straight into this here. We're going to just be seeing, like, I'm going to try and analyze some of this stuff and, like, give you guys an idea of what could expect, what I think about the game. I'm noticing right here, though, you can see the first-person camera here, yet this clip's not the best quality, but I promise me this gets better. Stick with me, it'll get better, I swear. But, looking at just the first-person camera alone, it kind of looks like the bikes are going to be staying on rails again, quote-unquote, so to speak. Kind of like they did for the first MXGP game, and the first MXGP game is what I've got to compare this to, because, for being honest, the second MXGP game was pretty much the exact same thing as the first one, with newer, I think, different tracks and slightly better graphics. They're more or less the same game, though. Like, just taking out what's going on here, see what this looks like. It kind of looks like it's on rails, but I believe we're about to cut into another clip here. Yes, this is some more later. This is a much cleaner, right? See, I told you it'd get better, and it got better. This is the KTM 250 in the game here that we're taking a look at, and as I am now noticing, compared to the last clip, this does look like it's handling a little bit smoother than MXGP 1/2, which I'm going to henceforth will be referred to as MXGP 1 and 2. I will now refer to as MXGP 1 because they're the same game, but there's a little whip right there. And now we're going to cut back to MXGP 1, speaking of all things, so we can kind of compare them and see what it looks like a little bit, you know, get a feel for it. And I did end up, like, reinstalling the game to go back and do this, so hopefully you guys notice something. Like, right off the bat, to me, it sort of looks like, at least in first person, it looks like the games kind of handle fairly similarly, which could be a bit unfortunate, you know, because, like, well, obviously there's a graphics difference, but MXGP 1 wasn't exactly that great, for all being perfectly honest, and, like, there's, the whips are push button and there's no real control over it. But yeah, pretty soon, actually this is a few minutes ahead here, we're gonna be cutting back and forth, but like, just again, pay attention here, see how like the whips kind of work there. They're all kind of pre-canned. I think the handlebars come up and go sideways when he does one. And then when you're just in there not doing a whip, also pay attention to how that turns, because that'll come into play later in the video. So somewhere around the 8-minute mark, it looks like that's going to come into play, that little note there. But now we're going to take a second here to get some other stuff out of the way. Check the description of this video too, because I have a channel group chat now. If you guys would like to get some behind-the-scenes stuff and provide some input there, that would be fantastic. I'd suggest you guys go check that out. And do you guys want to see MXGP 3? As long as I'm making this video, I might as well ask this now. Let me know in the comments, should I do this? Because I think I actually like took some time to script this video out and everything. It's fancy, I know. But I've got like little notes on the side here, and if you want to see more, let me know in the comments. Depending on how well this video does, because I reached out to Milestone, but I'm gonna bet on them not giving me a review copy of MXGP 3, because I've tried to contact them before and they haven't exactly listened or responded at any point. So I'm not gonna bet on actually getting a review copy of MXGP 3, but if this video does well enough and gets enough likes and there's enough interest in the comments, I'll pick up a copy of MXGP 3 and probably do like a series on that, since I believe it drops like May 30th on Steam, whereas if you're on consoles you have to wait until June 30th, I want to say. So if you guys want to get your MXGP 3 fix while you're waiting for your game to come out on consoles, I could pick up a copy and do a series here and then do a full review and everything. But now we're going to be cutting back to some MXGP 3. If we were MXGP 1, this is MXGP 1, that was MXGP 3. And then we're just going to be cutting back and forth a bit now, so you can kind of get a closer idea side by side of what it looks like. Again, pay attention to like how the handlebars look like they're whipping and stuff. Right here, go over a jump. And there's another jump here, I believe here. Watch how let's see how it kind of whips, just goes to the side. And if we watch this guy here, he just does a straight air, and there's that little thunking sound, kind of like, I've heard that sound before in MXGP 1 when you land on top of people. I wasn't able to make it happen to get a clip of it. But notice how when he does like a whip in that, the handlebars kind of go down and out of the way, whereas if you do one in here, they kind of just move sideways slightly. And then as I'm miming this way, you can't see me, they move sideways slightly and then slide back into the center of the camera. See, like there again, just kind of slightly drifts off to the side, which could be a hint that the whips could be different. There's a chance that they could be like not just well, I'm gonna call it push button whips, but even though it's like you just move the sticks either way, you know what I mean. Hopefully you know what I mean when I say push button whips. It's just a preset animation that gets triggered when you move the sticks. But now we're gonna be cutting into some actual gameplay of MXGP3. This is from a guy that's been streaming it for a while. I don't know how he got the game, but his channel will be linked at the top of the description here. But like, if you look at these whips here, they look a lot better than the ones from MXGP 1/2, at least in my opinion. But as there's a thing I did notice here that is a bit unfortunate looking, if you ask me. But as we keep looking at some of these whips here, just pay attention. Like, the game looks, just from this view alone, the game looks a lot smoother. It looks like he's actually hitting rhythms instead of just kind of bouncing over something and then everything being over-jumped, and then the bike just, like, kind of has too much spring in it and just bounces back up into the air, kind of. You know, if you've played MXGP1, you know what I'm talking about, like, a crappy handling in that game. This does look like it's a lot smoother, fortunately. And, like, he's off track a little bit, but it looks like the whips are a lot, it's like smoother. It looks like there might be control over it at this moment in time, but I'll touch back up on that in a bit. Why I'm afraid that doesn't look like it's the case in my head. Make sure I have some good evidence to support that claim, believe it or not. And again, this game does just look a lot cleaner. The ground movements to me look like they're a lot more in check. It looks like the game actually feels like you're going faster, because MXGP1 just felt like you're crawling through everything. But this actually, like, look at this, like, the turns are smooth and whatnot. There may or may not be some, like, actual terrain deformation ruts that can grab you. But the game itself just looks a lot smoother. Like, they actually made the tracks so that you can actually hit rhythms now and stuff, instead of just being like, oh, that's a neat triple, but good luck clearing it, because you're at a best case scenario, you're casing it on a double instead of tripling it. But yeah, look at this. We're gonna come back under the bridge here. It looks like it's a very smooth game here. I think he's gonna do a whip over this too. Yeah, they're not, like, as pronounced as, if that's a way to describe it, as the MXGP1 ones were, but they're also, it looks like there could be a chance it's not canned, and this is just a different track we're going to be taking a look at. Right here, he tries to do a scrub over it. I'm noticing now that the bike is not nosediving nearly as bad as the other ones did in MXGP 1/2. Like, it seems like it's not just immediately nosediving. That kind of looked like, okay, right there, right there. Did you see that jump right there when I said right there? That's what I meant to notice when I was saying that the whips might be they might be canned push button whips again. I've got some. I'll go back to that a little bit in slow motion in a second. I just want to get some more of the game for you guys, so you can get an idea of what it feels like. And this is just I don't even know what track it is, but it looks like it's a sand track for sure. And now this is where we're going to come back in here. Pay attention to this jump very closely for a second. See how the bike just kind of turns when he's in the air like that, instead of doing a whip? Now watch this. This is from MXGP1. Notice how the bike turns in the air with that. If you need to go back and watch that clip again, do it. But here we go again, one more time with this. Watch how the bike turns in the air. Instead of doing a whip, it just kind of turns to the side like it does in MXGP1 when you're not doing a whip or scrub. And that, like, see how the bike just turned right there in the air again? That's kind of like, as in MXGP1, there's two states of the bike. You're either doing the pre-done animation scrub, or the bike just literally turns left and right. And in that clip, what I noticed is the guy wasn't doing a whip, and the bike just turned left and right, which kind of, to me, suggests that they're gonna be push-button whips again. And since he wasn't doing one, the bike just turned left, like that, right there. That clip again, right there. The bike does that when they're not doing a whip, it just turns left and right. He wasn't doing a whip and the bike just turned left, which to me suggests that instead of being like MX versus ATV games where the bike just, it goes where you want to, and like if you want to just go straight air you can, or you can do a whip and like it responds to that instantly. It's like the bike just works, whereas apparently in this there's two states of doing a whip or not doing a whip, which that was like in MXGP1. It looks like it's going to be like that in MXGP3 based on those videos. Let me know in the comments if you actually understand what I'm saying there. I hope you do, because I tried to like get some good quality slow motion clips there so you could get a decent chance to look at it and see what I was seeing. Let me know if that makes sense to you guys in the comments. If you think there's going to be push button whips, or if you think there's not, let me know. But to me it looks like there's going to be, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's also not, I can't say for 100% sure without actually playing the game, but I can say for like 85% sure that that's going to happen, if in my head at least. Looking back at more, this is the KTM 250 in this game. It does look like it's going to be a lot smoother and a lot better in many ways than MXGP1, and my screen just shut off so I can't even see what's going on. Okay, there we go. But yeah, we're going to cut back here, look at this again. The ground control on MXGP2 or 3 today. MXGP3. The ground control on that actually does look like it's going to be a lot better than the other two games. So hopefully you guys learned something today. Maybe you've got a better idea of what to expect. As always, this is all just my opinion, so feel free to disagree if you want to disagree. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm interested to hear what you guys think too. If you're new to this channel and you just found me because of MXGP3, maybe you'd be interested in checking out some of my other videos, because I do have a lot of stuff about motocross games if you're into that kind of thing, and then there's some real life stuff. There's lots of things here. If you're into motocross, you might like this channel. I'd suggest you go check them out if you're new. And if you're just a returning subscriber, I do really appreciate that. You guys would make this all possible. Thank you for watching if you made it this far into like an 11-minute video about MXGP3 speculation and whatnot. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you would like to see some more MXGP3, again, let me know in the comments, because I need this either. I need a lot of comments telling me to go buy MXGP3, or a lot of views in this video to justify spending $60 in a game that I honestly, if it's like what it looks like, I might only be playing it right now for the guys that want to see it. Let me know anyway. I gotta take off now. This video's getting too long. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later.